on screen glowing, another red line. Captain on 0, bench guy on 9. Friends in the group chat, talking like kings. I'm stuck in the basement, breaking my screen. Delete the app before it breaks me first. Every trade I tap just makes it worse. I swear I'm done. I swear I'm gonna snap. If one more player tags his calf, I'll delete.
Ah, yes, deleting the app. Well, what a week that was. Welcome to the not Teamless Tuesday. This is the weekly wrap up show with myself and Rossco tonight. Timmy will be joining us a bit later. Off the bench crew coming at you again this week. We've got chaos. She's about to melt. I'm telling you, if it wasn't chaos already, I've just heard some news. And Ross, just heard
news.
I don't know if it's true, but lay it on us. What's happening out there? What's this breaking news we've just heard?
Well, the breaking news has just come through from Dobber, who's obviously the Broncos reporter up there in Queensland, has reported that Payne Haas is unlikely to play this week with an AC joint injury. And if there wasn't enough carnage as it is, I tell you what, this is going to really test the depth of some of these teams, especially in that front row position now if he's out. Like, as we said, it's just a report at the moment, but it's coming from Dobber, who's pretty good source up there, does a lot of the reporting there for the Broncos, and I've read it in a few chats now. But that'll be absolutely massive if he's out.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's that is huge.
It was actually reported just on Channel 9 News in Queensland as well.
Oh man, that's crazy. Sorry, I'll be with you. Right. So I guess we'll start off this week with all the injuries and the suspension news, mate. Where do we start?
Where do we start? You're right. That's the question. So we'll start with the suspended players. Quite a few of these are obviously relevant. So Trey Mooney's up for a one-match ban with a early plea. Tom Chester, a one match as well for an early plea. The big one is Ryan Couchman. He's been referred straight to judiciary. And when that happens, it's never good. Obviously, that tackle on Hopgood, who's now out for the season. I'm going to have a guess here, and I reckon he's going to get minimum of 4 weeks. I just don't see anything less than that. It wasn't a good tackle, and you got to take into account the injury and the fact that Hopgood's now out for the season. So not good for Onus, but obviously he's a hold. I think, I don't know, but he's still got plenty of money to make. That's the only problem. You've got a dilemma that if you sell him, then you get him back in, you're going to be paying a bit more than what you would have paid for him before. Anyway, then we'll move on to the injuries. Jerome Luai is out for 4 weeks. Hopgood, as we said, is out for the season. Jordan Samarani, 6 to 8 weeks with his injury. And the good news that came through today from NRL Physio, Adam Dewey's been cleared of serious injury. He may even play this weekend. I wholly doubt he will. Physio seems to think he probably won't. But that's just absolutely fantastic news because it was looking like a pretty bad hamstring injury for him. So it's good news for the Tigers if he's only missing a week. That's just absolutely fantastic given the fact that we've already lost Jerome Luai and we've got Latu Fainu, who's already out injured. That certainly would have tested our depth for the next few weeks. And then we go into the concussion. So Gannon from the Warriors was a Cat 1 as well as Toby Couchman. And then on top of that, there's a fair few of us who are going to have quite a few South players as well. Guys like Latrell, Cody, Dave Fafita, Cheese. Not that he was really relevant, but a lot of people have got him sitting there, though. This is really going to test the depth of the teams this weekend, Brad. And I'll tell you what, this is exactly why we say to make sure that you've got depth from the get-go. Maybe only have one player who's not playing, and that's pretty much it. And this is the reason why, because these things happen, and Yeah, wow. That's all I've got to say. It's just pure carnage, honestly.
Oh, absolutely. This is crazy. This is Super Koshigeddon.
And we're going to be forced to play players that we don't want to play. That's the thing. Like, I've got players this round that I don't want to play purely on matchups. I don't want to be playing Jonah Pezzett against against Penrith, who dished out 50 points against the Dragons on the weekend with a try and a try assist. So it's just it's bad.
Well, should we have a look and see how the round sort of took way, and we'll go through the games and see if anybody stands out for us. What do you reckon?
Yep, we can.
So you want to shoot it off with the Bulldogs and Raiders on Thursday night?
Yes. Should we go over our scores quickly? I know we scored very similar. Are your scores on your screen? I think I got you. I think I pipped you by 2 points. So 12:45 I got green arrows again, which is nice. I'm heading in the right direction. I'm still sitting in I'm just inside the 20K now, but hey, I was nearly 60K after the first round. So I've actually gone from about 60K to just inside 20K within the space of a couple of rounds. So pretty happy with that. Captain Latrell, like a few others, did as well. There was a few very average scores in there. G'day, Chris. But yeah, we'll move into the games, eh? Let's have a quick look at them.
Yeah, well, I was pretty. I thought I was average, but as it turned out, I jumped about 20,000 spots. So.
Not hard when you're in 80K though, right?
No, it's not that hard. It wasn't that bad, but like, come on, man. All right.
The first game was Thursday night. Raiders 10, Bulldogs 14. Cracking game, this one, I actually thought. It was a really good game of football. I was kind of flicking between that and watching the AFL as well. But some decent scores in here. Tamale repaid those who do own him after a couple of subpar scores to start with 100. Hudson Young bringing back his form with a 95. KO Weeks with a 75. Our cheapie Noah Martin, who made us about 130K this round with a 59. Couple of subpar scores there. Tarpany's really, I don't know if it's the minutes or the output, Brad, but only 54 for him, and Horse with a 49. And then on the other side, Connor Tracy probably had one of his best games in a while with a 95. Preston doing Preston things with a 78. Critter 76, and Burton with a 70. So that was pretty much some low scores there. Obviously, Sanders with a 43 and Hayward with a 39. So some pretty average scores there. But, you know, when it's 14-10, you can't really expect a high Supercoach scoring game. So what do you make of the game, Brad?
Oh, look, I really enjoyed it. It was about what I expected. It's any team that's going to come up against Canterbury this year, they're not going to score that well in Supercoach. Let me put it that way. They're going to, it's very defensive affair, I think, is what's in front of you. Yeah. And that's really, it was a good game. It was a good game. But, the Bulldogs just really, just out-defended them in the end. And they did defend well. Critter, he does look like, if you got on him, you've done really well. Yep. I don't think you can afford to get him this week because you've got so many other problems out there. And you can't really move him around. So it's not like it's a Purdue that you can move around the place. Yeah. But no, good on you for those people who got Critter, and good on those people who took Tracy in their draft. You're laughing.
The one we should probably quickly speak about, and this is a big concern because he was clutching at his shoulder pretty bad, is Jacob Preston, who I think Jacob Crows, who put out a 28. That's a bit of a concern for owners. Even that first game in Vegas, there was a few times there where he sort of landed on the ground and he was going for his shoulder. So I don't think he's 100%. I think the biggest problem is that we're going to have so many other issues that I think we just have to maybe hold him. I don't know. I mean, would you be selling him? They've got a pretty good draw coming up, but do you think he's a sell?
No, he's not a sell. Not with this week's matchup. Who has they got this week? It's a pretty good.
They've got Newcastle this week.
Yeah.
And then they go into South and Penrith.
Yeah. Surely you've got other problems this week.
Yeah.
This week is a horrible looking week, and it's surely Carraz up against Newcastle. He could just rip and tear. But the
Yeah.
shoulder is an injury. It is a worry. I mean, it is a worry. But yeah, it's completely it's team dependent. If that's your biggest problem, then you've got a very good team at the moment. Yeah, good on you.
And I think you shouldn't worry about the BE. The BE is 113, but he's a season keeper. As long as he's still playing, I think he probably is a hold. I know there's a couple of people, including Chris, who was just on the chat a minute ago, who is looking to move him on. But I guess if you haven't used the boost yet, and you're going to probably, who do you go to though? I mean, you could probably go to Tom Jenkins, possibly, or Val, but. Yeah, it's one of those things.
Herbie's dropped a little bit of cash. It's not too much.
Yeah, most people should have Herbie now, though, right? I would think.
Except me. I don't have him. All right. So the second game up was absolute flogging, which I wasn't expecting. I was expecting a good match. It was a good match. 40 points to 4. The Panthers decimated the old Roosters. I thought the Roosters were going okay so far this year. They had some building blocks that were looking good, but Rob Toyer, 89, Tedesco with typical workman like 66. Robbo, quite interestingly, 65. Keep a watch on that. Next week, you might be trade in. If those owners who've got Bailey Hayward, right, just give yourself a slap and jump on Robbo if you can.
Even what's his name, Reed Marnie too.
Oh yeah, Reed Marnie is also disgusting. Talk about disgusting. Those people that shelled out the dollars for Angus Crichton.
Yes, very disappointing.
Yeah, it must be disappointing. If you could, you'd jump off him right now, because the way these halves are there at the moment, that ball he's just not getting the kind of ball that he was getting certainly the last couple of years. Tom Jenkins, mate.
Hang on. Before we go, and he's still not looking as bad as Sam Walker's scores lately, though.
Oh, do you have to really mention it? I was trying to save people some pain. 29 for Sam Walker.
No, I sold him last week to Cleary, which I'm very happy about. I looked at Tanner Boyd, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going straight to Cleary. I'm just going to do it. But shout out to DVG, one of our is in our admin league, who actually brought in Tanner Boyd and vice captain him this week. But yeah, wow, big play. But certainly a good stepping stone to get up to Hines or Cleary as well. But yeah, anyway, I think there'll be a lot of people still looking to jump off him this week. But question is, do you, man? I mean, the Roosters draw going to start opening up. They've got Manly this week.
Yeah, they'll score $1 billion against Manly.
Well, I don't know, maybe. Depends on what Roosters team turns up, Brad.
Mr. Snowflake, Tom Jenkins. What do they call him? What's his nickname?
Oh, Milky.
Milky, that's him.
Yeah, Milky.
134 to Tom Jenkins. Absolutely outstanding. Yeah. Dylan Edwards. Every year he's way under owned for what he puts out. Dylan Edwards, 93 points, way under owned. More people, including myself, should be on him. Isaiah Yo, 86, showed people exactly why a gun is a gun.
Yep.
Regardless, right?
Plenty sold him last week too.
Plenty sold him. Isaiah Papali'i, well, we've got some doubts about him getting more of those scores. Cleary, 69. Wow, he looked so much better than a 69 though, didn't he?
He did, and I'm going to be honest with you, probably shouldn't have even got that. Like, I had the VC on him, and he got a try assist that he probably shouldn't have got. And I'm still shaking my head at how he got it, because he didn't even have the last touch towards the try. So, I mean, I'm not going to complain as an owner, let's be honest, but he probably was lucky to get what he got. But he seemed very involved. That's for sure. So I was a bit disappointed when I saw that score, but still happy as an owner. I think he'll dish out a big score against Para this week, I reckon, for sure. So he's not far away from putting out one of his big games.
All right, we've got a few. Just before we go into any more games, we might get this one out of the way. Today to all those people that are tuning in.
Yes.
There's quite a few out there. But Bergs has thrown us a tricky one. Don't know if you can read that. Can anyone explain and your thoughts on the quicker updates, earlier lockout lifting that was promised at the start of the season? Sunday, 9:13 p.m.
I was talking about the score changes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So, g'day, Bergs. Thanks for that.
I don't have an explanation for it, but I did watch a podcast when the NRL Supercoach podcast last week where the question was asked to Sangster, and his response was that we just want to make sure that we get this right, whether it means that, because obviously it's not like before where there's going to be the games are going to update several times. They have to go back and review all the games. They go back on the Monday and review all the games again to make sure that they got everything correct. So what he's saying is that it's not going to doesn't mean it's going to open quicker with the new scoring system because they want to make sure they've got stuff right. I think there was an instance last week where I think it was Brayley was awarded 10 points on the Monday, like 2 or 3 days after their game had played. So I understand the frustration around it, but I don't, as he explained, they just want to make sure they get it right. That's the thing at the end of the day, so.
I'll be on Berg's side in one of this, right? I get that. I get the opening time still at lunchtime.
Yeah.
But they did flat out promise at the beginning of the year, when they changed all this over, that the updates there would be no longer mysterious fairy points being awarded at late times, and that what points they scored during the game would be what we get to see. There'd be a lot more transparency, I think was their word for it. I'm not really seeing that. I'm still seeing some weird and wonderful updates or down dates, eh?
Yeah, I get it. And it might only be 1 or 2 points, but that might be the difference between you winning your head-to-head league too. I went to bed last night and I woke up this morning and I lost 7 points. So I went down to 1244, and then about an hour later today, I gained a point. I don't know where it came from or who it went to, but yeah, I don't know. I guess as long as they get it right at the end of the day, I think that's the only thing that. But yeah, it's certainly not. Even like I've been watching the Playbook podcast with Supercoach Spy trying to tell us the difference about how they rule what a try assist and what aren't and stuff like that. Has the player done enough? Like I get that, you know what I mean? But I think we just want some consistency, and I don't think I think what they promised us is what we're not getting, like you said, and what Berger's saying too. So yeah, it's and all this, and at the start of the season we all panicked and gone, new scoring system. This player's supposed to score better, and this one's not. But we're not seeing any real differences with it at the moment, Brad. I'm pretty sure you'll agree on that. Yeah. There's players that they say are going to get this X amount of points, and it's not happening. So I don't know.
The guns are still guns, and the ones that are bad are still bad.
Yeah.
New system hasn't changed that. All right, Melbourne and Brisbane on a Friday night, the free-to-air game, mate. What happened here?
Yeah, Melbourne 14, Broncos 18. It was looking like Melbourne at the start started really well. It looked like they were going to put some points on Broncos, and but obviously they were pretty average in the second half. Broncos came back to win the game. Joe Chan with 128, Hughes 102, Faylogo with a 79, Utakamano with a 71. A bit of a down game for Harry Grant with a 47. And then on the other side, Jordan Ricky, probably his highest Supercoach score ever, I reckon, with a 123. You had Haas with an 84, Katoni Staggs 83, Walsh and Carrigan both with a 69. But, oh boy, watching this game as a non-Joe Chan owner, I was pulling my hair out, Brad, with what I've got left of it, because I tell you what, I really regretted not jumping on him. It was just something that, I don't know, just didn't feel it. You can't have all the cheapies, obviously, and there was just one that I opted to pass up on and really regret it now. And I think the ship sailed now. I mean, you're going to be paying about an extra 150K for him now. So I think I'm just going to have to let him go through to the keeper, unfortunately.
Yeah, I can skite because I did have him. I went him instead of Lasati, so I didn't even have to waste a trade on getting rid of Lasati. But come round 7 or 8, Lasati is going to be one that you're going to want to jump on because he will come into that team from all reports and probably start over the top of Bloor. So, but that's a good one to keep in your black book and to watch.
Yeah.
But yeah, Joe Chan, how good, And
I tell you what, so many people got lucky because a lot of people. Lasati was the second highest traded in this round, and then when he obviously got ruled out, those that didn't have Chan just went straight to him. But I had Lasati from the get go, and then obviously I could have got Chan, but I opted to go for Finufuaki instead, which I still don't regret doing. To be honest with you, I really don't. I don't regret trading him in at all. I just think he's probably going to be better in the long run. I don't know, but certainly, missing out on Joe Chan, bit disappointing. But as I said, I don't think you can get them all though, Brad. Really, can you? You know,
No.
I mean, I didn't get Ryan Couchman either. He's another one I didn't jump on, but them's the breaks, mate. You know,
You've dodged a bit of a bullet possibly there.
I have now, but
I think I can't believe the Fire logo is still only about 60% owned.
that's crazy. How is he not 100% owned?
How is he not 100% owned?
I don't know.
It's just madness. I don't know what's happened there.
I think as Dave alluded in our chat, there's a lot of people who aren't serious super coaches. Like, let's be honest, how many of them start a team and just don't even bother with it? You know what I mean? Like, there's a certain amount of percentage of super coaches that are committed to their team every week, and then there's some that just follow players, follow their heart or their team or whatever, and they just play it for fun. So not everyone's going to be the same as us, Brad. We don't all think the same. One
that's going to attract a lot of attention this week, particularly now that Haas is possibly ruled out. Big Stefano. He's still at a really good price. His major price rises are going to come in starting from next week. Stefano, you can pronounce it for me.
Just say Stefano.
Big Steph.
Kamanu. I think that's pretty close, isn't it? I think.
Is he trade for you? What are you thinking?
I don't mind it, but I don't really have the cash to get to him. That's the problem. Break even of 27, which is nice as well. What did he go up? He went up 40K already.
Yeah.
He's not going to be one of those players that are going to make you a hell of a lot of cash, but he will make you some, and he's been pretty consistent with his scores this year. I actually like the trade in, but I just don't have the funds to. I'd love to maybe go Flegler to him, but that's going to cost like 200K, and I don't have that kind of funds to do that. But I don't mind it. I don't mind the trading, to be honest with you. It really depends on who you've got in your front row as well. But there's just so much carnage, as we said this week with front row. I mean, we'll talk about this more tomorrow when we do our TLT podcast. But there's a whole lot of people jumping off Trey Mooney as well.
Yes, we've had plenty of animated discussions about the Trey Mooney trade this afternoon in our a couple of different chat rooms. Actually.
I don't mind it. As I said, what's he put out so far? He's got scores of 65, 81, and 71, which is playing about 60 minutes. So that's decent. You know, it's a PPM around about 1.2, which is probably what you want. But yeah, I wouldn't hold against anyone from trading him in, but I don't know if I'd be going to. I wouldn't go Mooney to him.
Well, it's not really going to cost you. No, I wouldn't. That's way sideways. That's like they're the same value even. It's not actually no. Yeah. Sorry, Trey Mooney's about 440, isn't he? So it's about $100,000 up.
I think Trey Mooney's up to 480, isn't he? I don't know. Didn't he go up to 480 or something? Can't remember.
But Stefano is a definite second row. He's a definite front row forward number 2 in your team, right? So you've got Haas number 1, Stefano number 2, et cetera, et cetera. And Mooney would then come in at, like as I was saying, at number 3. I don't think you can rely on Mooney to be a number 2 front rower. Which a lot of people did at the beginning of the year, and they're probably seeing that mistake now.
I've got my main 2 in the front row are Haas and Mooney. I guess the other thing too is you can actually move Mooney to your second row too. So that's another thing you could do too. Realistically, if you wanted to get rid of one of your second rowers and then maybe go one of them up to Jackson Ford or to Stefano or something, maybe.
Yep. And on over the other side, for those people that missed it at the top end of the show, the reports are they're sort of unconfirmed, but there is a lot of confirmation from big name journalists are saying that it looks like Haas is going to be out this weekend. So if you think the carnage is over, no, it's not. With Haas out, people are going to be scrambling like you would not believe to find a front row forward combination that's going to get them some points.
Let's see how many people panic trade and trade him out.
Okay, the Knights versus the Warriors. It's the poor old suffering Knights. Greg Marju was their best at 70. I don't even know how he got that. He looked like a disaster. I guess they would drop him if they could, but he still he does a few things that Supercoach love. He does run it out of the back line nicely, etc. But God, he drops a lot of ball and fumble fingers and gets himself in the wrong position. And
defense is terrible too. But Supercoach doesn't. You don't lose Supercoach points for that though. That's the thing.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
Dylan Lucas, 67, was definitely their best player that was out there. Tyson Gamble, their third best at 66. Not really much else there to talk about.
He had a go. I thought he had an half decent game. He was all right.
Yeah, no, Gamble certainly had a go. Dom Young, 38. Oh, my God. And, of course, Trey Mooney at 35. Now, for the Warriors that are just killing everybody at the moment, what a team at the moment this is for Supercoach. Ford, Jackson Ford, 120, probably the most popular trade in this week. Tanner Boyd, 116. Is that his third 100 in a row?
I think he got a 91 game. The first game, I think it was, he got a 90, I think it was. No, 91 last week.
91
last round 2. So 131, 91, and 116.
Unbelievable. That's just my mouth feels dirty even saying his name as a possible trade-in. Just when I go back and on my memories of what he was like, I was an owner previously, thinking, this lovely cheapie's going to make us money. Of course, he didn't. Aaron Clark talking about cheapie that made some good.
Just on Tanner Boyd quickly. Sorry, Brad. Do you still think he's an option? He's just gone up 124K, right? We've got the Tigers this week who are probably decimated, so I'm expecting him to get a decent score out of him. But you got a break even of 17. So even if he only gets a 96, he'll go up another 70K. But then his next 2 games are Sharks and Melbourne.
Personally, I don't think he's a trade, but that's more to do with his price. 700,000 is a lot to pay for Tanner Boyd.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
That's all, mate. My mouth feels dirty even saying that. Tanner Boyd, 700,000. Oh my God!
I just think until Metcalf comes back into that team, he's just going to continue to kill it. Like after the Melbourne game, they've got Titans and Dolphins, and then Parramatta. Like it's a pretty juicy run.
Yeah, you know I mean, if you have a look at, and Supercoach is good for this, but have a look at their Supercoach scores, right? So you've got Tanner Boyd there is the second highest, right?
Yeah.
But the first highest forward, third highest, Aaron Clark, forward, James Fisher-Harris, forward. And then it comes in at Tua Picky. So as long as the forwards keep doing their job as they have been doing, he's just going to it just proves if you've got a good forward pack doing what they should be doing, it just makes the halves job so much easier and gives them so much room to play and to see the game and to get themselves in the right position and do the plays that they need to put points on the board. Good luck.
Last week was the week to get on him. I mean, he's already gone up 130K, right? Metcalf comes back into that team round 6. I mean, I don't hate the trading, but I just don't know. I mean, it could be just like a 2-week play to get you to Cleary or to Hines, but is it worth it though? At the end of the day, that's a question. I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, people are probably going to want to offload Sam Walker, but even then, you've already lost that cash with Sam Walker. They play Manly this week. The draw starts to open up. They've got a bye coming up. I know that. I'm pretty sure they do as well. So, yeah.
As I said, 700,000 is a lot. Good luck to those
Mm.
people that have. You have to Supercoach is about taking those chances when they're offered and jumping on things that other people might not necessarily see. But, look, as I said, good luck. You've done very well. Now, that sounds like we have young Timmy.
What about Leka the Wrecker? Any love for him if he can hold the starting spot?
Look, of course, there's love for Leka Halasima. It's just a matter if you can fit him in or how you, with all these other dramas around. It's just a wonder how you fit him in. Good evening, Tim. You joined us.
Evening, gentlemen. How we doing? Sorry, I'm running late. It's
We just
stopped, unfortunately.
We're just trying to settle everything down upon the news that Payne Haas is going to be out this weekend.
Just to add another one of the many players that I've got that I'm not going to have access to this weekend, that would be very helpful.
Well,
if I'm lucky, I might be able to field 15.
That
we'll
seems to be the breaking news at the moment, mate. So that's what some of the discussion has been around. Oh, Payne.
Is there any information as to why? What did he do?
AC joint injury. Dobbo reported it.
Yeah, sorry, what injury was it? You broke up.
AC joint.
AC joint in the shoulders. Yeah, right. That's from his 50 tackles a game that he has to make, unfortunately.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens this weekend. Now we're just going through our games, and we just finished up. The Knights and the Warriors. All right, Ross, do you want this absolute boil over of a game? The Sharks and the Dolphins.
Oh, who saw this coming? What a game this was up until about the last 10, 15 minutes. Sharks 10, Dolphins 38. I would not have picked this in my lifetime, but Blake Bailey with a 90, Nico with an 81, Sam Stonestreet 71, Trindle 64, and Iro with a 60. And then on the other side, we had Osako with a 98, Averillo, we probably had one of his best games in a while with a 94, Lemuelu with an 85, Herbie with an 85 as well, and Finifuaki with a 73.
Quite a few people are coming into the chat saying, just on our last discussion about Tanner Boyd, surely you'd rather go Walker to Cleary, and I agree.
100%. I agree. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So
tough one, boys. Tough one. Look, I'm actually looking at it myself. It's I don't know. It's, do you still try what's Cleary's BE this week?
Don't know.
Rossco's got him in his team, so it can't be too hard to find.
Yeah, I'll find it.
Because Tanner Boyd's is
81 for Cleary, so he's right on his cusp of where he should be.
Yeah. So,
but you shouldn't have any issues. You shouldn't have any issues getting that against Parramatta.
No, I'm in that position. So look, it's at the moment I've actually gone Tanner Boyd, but part of that is just a little bit of FOMO after missing out on it last week because I started with Sam Walker. It's been a bit of a killer, but yeah, look, I was going to Cleary, but just missed lockout by about 68 seconds or something annoying, but is what it is. So look, at the moment I've gone Tanner Boyd, but it's going to be a toss of a coin. I'm going to wait and see how the rest of the week pans out, whether or not I need the cash, because there is a little bit of cash difference between the two of them still. So, yeah, I do have enough cash there to go to Cleary, but it's just whether or not then if the other two trades that I want to make is going to actually work.
All right, Ross, this is your team.
Just hang on one sec. I've just had some news come through here from Brent Reid that Ryan Couchman is facing at least 6 weeks for that tackle.
Oh, get stuffed.
Wow. That puts it in a tough spot, doesn't it?
Wow.
Yeah.
6 weeks. No, we'll get to that game in a minute. We'll get to the game.
Was it really that bad? I haven't seen it
What's
yet.
that? Sorry. All right.
Yeah, was the tackle really that bad?
I was pretty bad. Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought it was that bad. Actually, I thought it was very innocuous. It was very unfortunate, but
Unfortunately, this is the thing now where they take the injuries into account, though. That's the biggest problem.
Yeah, I don't know. That's ridiculous. It's one tackle's got to look the same as another tackle and have the same outcome. Like it's ridiculous. You can't. There can be so many factors in an injury. It can be the grass was damp, someone tripped and fell. It can be different weights of the people that are tackling, and there's so many different variables. They can't use that. It just makes the whole system a sham.
Well, unfortunately, they do. So that's just they're trying to cut this shit out. It's like with what Mooney did, as well on Tanner Boyd. So they want to protect. They're more about protecting the kickers and that sort of stuff as well. So I kind of get it, but yeah, look, 6 weeks for that. Very interesting, isn't it? And then you see players, and then you see off-field issues with players with whatever else that they do, and then they might not even get that many weeks. Look at Ezra Mann, for example. So
if it's any consolation, Ross, in the NFL in America, that kind of tackle that Couchman did probably might have even got a longer suspension. Cannonball sort of originated in the NFL, and they're very much outlawed there nowadays. So,
this wasn't a cannonball; it was more of what they said, a hip drop, didn't they? Is that right?
Hip drop as well. Though. They also come down hard on their hip drop is another name that they bandy around an awful lot. All right, we'll keep moving along. We'll get rid of these games because we keep getting way off task.
Yeah.
Your Tigers and the Rabbitohs, mate.
Yeah, South 20, Tigers 16. Bloody Tigers had enough game to win, had enough ball in their try line to probably win 10 games, but just couldn't score enough tries. Jai Gray, he was absolutely outstanding for the South with 101. Fafita with a 70. Latrell 69. Kolmatungi with a 64. And then we go down to Tola with a 62. Obviously, the dub one there was Cody Walker with another average score with a 34. Then we go to the other side, Samuel Afenu with an 81, Tyrrell May with a 69, Twal with a 69, Makasini 65, and Dewey with a 64. Wow, Alex Twal. I mean, there's no way I could bring him into my Supercoach team, but I tell you what, he's put out some decent scores, a couple of decent scores to start the season. And the other one who I'm very interested in at the moment is Samuel Afenu at 508K with a minus 27 break even as well. He's another one I think you can probably have a serious look at as well. But I think the biggest issue is with no Luai and no Dewey this week, how are the forwards going to go? What sort of ball are they going to get? Well, they're going to probably be running a couple of inexperienced halves in, most likely Jock Madden, and could see, is it Javen Andrews?
Yeah, Javen Andrews.
Possibly make his debut.
Of course, there's one person that's very happy. Look at all them bunny rabbits there, Ross. He's put those in there for you.
Yeah. Well, Physio's just reported that 9 News did report Payne Haas is in doubt with an AC joint issue, but the Broncos have come out quickly and said he will definitely play. So he's obviously playing through something, might be just pain managing or something.
Oh, so interesting. So people don't lose your shit just yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't lose your shit. Is what. Don't panic until you see those team lists. That's
right.
what we can always do. Highly recommend people get onto those team lists. Now, Tim, you want to have a stab at doing the second last game? I think you might have even watched this one, the Eels and the
Was there
Dragons.
anyone that was sorry? Was there quickly anyone else that we want to speak about first before we go on to that next game from the South? From South?
Yeah. Well, so just looking at Sammy Fainu, look, 109 in the first game and an 81 this week, so he's got an average of 95. I didn't catch this game. I was listening to it on the radio at the time, but I didn't actually see it. Is he an option at second row forwards? He's priced at 500K. There's certainly worse places you can go.
You know, I just mentioned him, didn't you? Did you not hear me just say that? Did not hear me just mention him like 2 minutes ago?
No, sorry, I missed that, Rossco.
Ah,
I didn't realise that's who you were talking about. Sorry, mate.
Timmy,
But
Timmy,
it's
Timmy. Yeah.
I was trying to look at the stats
No,
on the screen.
he's
but
got
yeah,
tries
no,
both games. His score will be inflated by tries because he scored a try in both games. But yeah, look, as I said,
But
I
as
think
a part,
he is an option. But yeah, I just don't know. As I said, without Lil William Dewey in the team, how much decent ball is he going to get? I don't know. So yeah,
yeah.
I think about that price, you got some better options, Timmy. Like even your Finuaki up at the Dolphins. If you can get to him, yeah, they're probably better options. Playing in a better roster, if that makes sense at the moment. The Tigers without their halves going to struggle. Now, Dewey, how long was he going to be out for? There was some good news for him this afternoon, wasn't there?
yeah. So they said there's no serious injury. He probably won't play this weekend, but he should be good to go the week after. So yeah, definitely a hold. I think if you do have him, I know there was a few people who did start him. So yeah.
All right. So, Timmy, your game, your turn. The Eels and the Dragons.
Yeah, Eels and the Dragons. Just wait till I'm bringing the stats up on the screen. That'd be great. If it'd work, that'd be even better. No, taking its sweet time. Go with
All
Abby.
right. For the Eels, the Eels sort of, this was a bit of a bludger of a game. I'm going to have but it's not my potato of the week, but I'll have a bit of a rant here. NRL, why would you put this game on as a showpiece of the week on Sunday afternoon, 4:00, free to air game, Parramatta versus Dragons, and yet you relegate the Roosters and the Panthers to 6:00, the death slot on a Friday afternoon. Like, why would you put this up to the public and say this is a showpiece of our game, right, on a Sunday afternoon? Wow, what an awful game it really was. Sorry to fans of both
What
teams.
about the Spoon Bowl? Aren't you looking forward to the Spoon Bowl this Sunday though? 6:15 p.m. on Sunday. What a cracking game that's going to be.
Katuga, again, the second row forwards at Parramatta doing the job, 93. Talon De Silva, an 82. Should he be starting, Rossco?
Yeah, he looked good while he was out there. He actually got a double and he only got 3 tries. He actually looked pretty decent too. I don't know. They seem to have some sort of love session with Riley Smith there. Like, don't get me wrong, he's a decent player, but De Silva certainly looked good while he was out there. That's for sure.
Jack Williams doing what he does, 66. Jonah Pezzett, 50 points, exactly the same as Mitch Moses. In fact, Jonah Pezzett has scored more Supercoach points than Mitch Moses has this year.
Can I just have a rant? I have to have a rant about this bullshit. What have they done, seriously, with the points for the Dally M's now? Like, are they taking the absolute piss now? Mitch Moses got 6 points for this game, right? Gutho, who probably had the worst game he's played in his career, got 1 point. Who is voting this shit? Honestly. How in the world?
Voting on
how
names.
in the hell does Mitch
Voting
Moses
on names,
get
not
6
on accountability.
points? He was absolutely woeful in this game. He did nothing. You know, you'd nearly give it to Jaden Sewer 6 points over him. Like, it's just.
We'll talk about him in 2 seconds, but yes.
Oh my goodness, gosh. Seriously.
Do you want me to go through the rest of these, Brad?
Well, we can stop at Jaden Sewell because we'll have a bit of a talk about him. 110 points, topped the show there for St George. Now, Rossco and Tim, you'll both remember last year we kept looking at him every single week. And we go, oh, geez, he'd be a good buy. Oh, geez, we should buy him. Oh, we should really jump on him. And we just kept overlooking him all the time. Never bought him in once. And we got to the end of the year and thought, geez, we were dumb. We should have got him in.
We say it every year, don't we? Here we are having the same conversation.
I did go there eventually. So just after Origin finished.
Oh dear, Jane Sewer. Who else went well there? Timmy for St George.
Yeah, I was just bringing up Sewer's stats. So just to give people a heads up, so he's got a break even of 29, priced at 668. So he's already gone up the best part of 50K. Their draw, they go into Gold Coast in round 4, Cowboys in round Manly in 6, Bunnies in 7, Roosters in 8, other than Newey in 10. So they've got a bye in round 9. So they do have 5 games on the trot before their bye. And from the look of that, most of them are, they're all over the shop. They go to Seabus, Ninja, Win, Accor, and then Stadium Australia, I think. So they actually play at 5 different venues over the next 5 rounds. So that's a bit of a shit draw for anybody.
They are widely regarded as having the best draw coming up for the next 5 to 6 games. They are regarded as that, Tim. So they're very, it's a friendly draw. Let's put it that way.
Oh yeah, the teams that they're playing against, absolutely. But as opposed to having a home ground advantage, I get that they've got multiple grounds that they go to. So I'm not in Sydney. I don't know if one's necessarily any better than the other. But yes, they do play at 5 different grounds over the next 5 weeks. So is what it is. But so draw looks pretty good, as we were just saying before.
I think the thing is, who do you sell to get him? He's at 670K, so he's not cheap, right?
Yeah.
Did I hear someone mention the draw?
Either of the Couches now. So I've got Toby Couchman and Ryan Couchman. Ryan Couchman's a real kick in the bits after I only brought him in on the weekend, but it is what it is. So,
but Toby's only out 1 week with a Cap 1.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't think he's a sell, especially with Ryan going to be getting suspended for those weeks. Like, once he comes back, he's going to see massive minutes, Toby. I don't know if I'll be selling him.
No, that's exactly right, mate. I agree.
That's the only thing. Most of us are pretty stacked in our second row. And if we're not stacked with guns, we're stacked with cheapies that it's going to cost you an absolute fortune to get to these guys. So, yeah. I don't know who you'd sell to get him in, but I certainly like him as an option, that's for sure. I know Chris is tuned in here somewhere, I don't know if he's still on, but he was very keen on him last week, but didn't jump on him as well.
The only issue I've got is I've got Payne Haas, Toby Couchman, and Mooney in my front row. Unfortunately, if I've lost 2 of them, that's going to make things a little bit tougher. As for the other scores, so like we said, Sewer was 110, Lucy Leilua with a 90, Val with a 80, Moses Sully with a 68, Gula with a 63, Hamish Stewart 62, and then Couchman, regardless of the fact that he went to the bin, got a 60 as well. So, it's some interesting scoring there, I guess. If Couchman is out for 6 weeks, that's Ryan Couchman. Then I think he's a sell unless you want to stash him and use him as a loop or something crazy like that for the next 6 weeks. But I think this time of the season, you probably can't do that. Cash is king, and we need to keep generating.
Lucy Leilua is one certainly that should be in your little black book. Just over 400K at the moment. This is the people who want to bring Luciano in are those people that love playing risky because he is a risky buy. Right, 1 week he'll give you 20, the next week he'll give you 120. The week after that he'll get suspended for punching the referee in the face. So,
Dean actually started him.
Yeah, that's a massive pod, isn't it?
He went the pod route with him, and the funny thing was he just wanted him to get a decent score so he could move him on this week to get another gun out of him.
That's it.
So
he's priced at 475. He's got a break even of 1. So look, the second he steps on the pitch, he's going to make some more money. So even if he does bang out a 30 or something nuts, he's going to be up near 500K and still have a pretty low break even. So. Yeah, we'll wait and see, but it's certainly an option. But like we said, boys, who are you going to trade? And surely you've got bigger fish to fry or better ones.
I think the problem is he's not going to be a season keeper, and he's not going to be make you enough cash to get you to another premium.
No, it's exactly right.
That's the biggest problem.
Yeah, not unless he bangs out another ton or thereabouts.
Yeah.
Outside of that, boys, with guys like I mean, I brought Gutho in draft. That didn't quite go to plan, but I needed a fullback last week with Turbo being out. Atkinson and two got a 54 and Atkinson a 47. I think Atkinson you can probably leave there for a little bit longer just to keep chipping away and pick up some more cash. I don't know. Is two worth holding? Don't get me wrong. He's got a low break even. He probably only needs a try to start to go up a bit, but I don't know. Is there better ones, or what are your thoughts?
I wouldn't be selling him.
How many of these cheap centre wings do you just keep holding?
Wouldn't be selling him with that draw. They've got Titans, Cowboys, Manly next 3 games. He scored 54 in that game against Parramatta on the weekend, where they got absolutely dominated, and that was in pure base. So once he gets some attacking stats, he's going to start to score well.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, let's be honest. Most people are going to have to play him this week with all their carnage anyway. And even without carnage, I'd be definitely playing against the Titans anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, good call.
No, he's I'm with you, Rossco, on that. Definitely a hold there at the moment. You wouldn't be selling. Chris has said he'd be selling Mooney if you're trying to go up to Sewer, if you have the funds spare as well. Not a bad call there. I still think Mooney's a hold, but that's an argument for a whole other day. But don't forget he's got one bad score in there. The first 2 scores were quite okay. One bad score that was also got affected by he got sent to the bin, so he got the negative points there in Mooney's score. And there we go. And biggest ticket, squeeze the cash out.
I think it's going to come down.
Yeah.
With regards to Mooney, he got 2 weeks, but only 1 week if he takes the early plea, wasn't it? And do we know yet if he's taken that?
No, I think he will, but we won't know till tomorrow, I think.
Yeah. Will be interesting to see.
Now, Ross, the last game of the round, the quality game that was the Cowboys versus the Titans.
Yeah, well, I think the only good thing to come out of this game was the fact that I'm a Purdue owner and he put out 115 in for me. Drinky with a 96, Clifford with a 93, Talangi with a 91, Helam Lukey 63, pretty much all in base for him. And then on the other side, Jaden Campbell 97, Kenny, I don't know how he got 67. I mean, let's be honest, he had a pretty average game. Howe 63, which a lot of people, including myself, are going to be forced to play this week with all the carnage in front row. So I'd be happy if he can bang that out. And then you had Sammy with a 57 and Verrills with a 55. Campbell's an interesting one, obviously, to keep an eye on. I wouldn't be trading him in yet because he's only played 1 game, but a 97 out of him. But he's quite expensive at just a tick over 700K too. But Drinky, for those who held with the 96, I guess owners would be pretty happy about that, considering he's not goal kicking either, but he looked pretty good. But other than that, again, Titans were pretty average in this one.
By the way, I think it's Aruma Hole.
Oh,
Aruma Hole is how he liked it. He put out a press release this week saying that's how he liked his name pronounced.
Yeah.
But you had to roll the R, and I'm not very good at rolling R's. Aruma Hole.
It's just like it's not the Pali, it's Papalihi, isn't it, or something? What do they say now? Whatever.
There's 3 of them, and they all say it differently. So, that doesn't help.
I can't.
I think with Jaden Campbell, the biggest issue now is his injury history, isn't it? You could bring him in and, I don't know. Don't get me wrong. If you get him and he's going to absolutely go on a run at some stage this season and he will just chalk up ton after ton or thereabouts. But I don't know. Just with the niggly injuries and you never know who's playing where down at the Titans, I think you could have a couple of bad games and you could be sitting on the bench. So, I don't know. It would not just him, but there's AJ. There's a plethora of guys down there that are all trying to chase minutes, and I think at any stage anyone's head could be on the chopping block. So I think high ceiling wise, Jaden Campbell's probably the best of the bunch. But I don't know. Tough call.
That was with 2 tries as well.
Go there just yet.
2 tries in that 97 as well. So.
But that's the issue.
I've just got no faith in the Titans' attack at the moment, to be honest with you. I really don't. It's just it's just very, very average, And then you look at the minutes that they're playing, Tino as well. I'm glad I jumped off him last week because he put out 41 this week.
Yeah.
Like the minutes just aren't there for him. It's terrible, honestly, really bad. Like he's had 49 minutes, 46 minutes, and 48 minutes. You're playing your best front rower, not even 60 minutes. I don't understand it.
Believe it or not, I actually did an analysis on this, and I don't have it right in front of me, but he's doing exactly the same forward rotation that the Cronulla Sharks used.
That's exactly what I mentioned.
It just came from the Cronulla bloody Sharks, didn't he? But he's using the exact same formula. They basically, middle forwards all get 40 minutes to 50 minutes each, right? And you have two edge back rowers that get 80 minutes each, right? So it's a very strict formula there at the that's why Aidan Fanua-Blake never gets a huge amount of minutes. It's always that same about just under 50 minutes or so that he'll get 40-something minutes. It's just the same formula. He hasn't. So he's got a bloke that usually plays 80 minutes, and he's taken him, and he's now given him 40-odd minutes.
Yeah.
Killed
him. Absolutely killed him. I really regret starting him. I mean, I know I traded him out before he dropped his price, but had I known he was only going to play those minutes, there's no way in hell I would have started him.
I agree.
Even Forder-Waker's the same. Forder-Waker's playing bugger all minutes as well. He's basically playing his two front rowers for 25 minutes, taking them off and then bringing them back with 20 minutes to go, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Like I said, it's just straight. He's just formularized it without even looking at the kind of players. I think that it's definitely head scratching stuff, head scratching material.
Won't last long if they don't get results, boys. Everything will change.
All right, so that's all about how our round went. Now, do we have any early mail on Tom Chester's replacement?
I would say most likely it's Zach Labert. He was on the extended bench last week, and there was talk that he was actually going to potentially come in and Chester was going to get dropped, but obviously that didn't happen. But they've also got Valia. Is it Valia? They've got him there too. So they've definitely got options. I'm really worried about it as an owner because if Labert comes out and kills it, mind you, though, aren't they playing Melbourne this week, the Cowboys? I think it is. So hopefully Chester comes back into that team and he gets his spot back. Because there's still cash to be made. There's still cash to be made with him too. So I'm very much hoping he'll come back into that team. But he just looked like so involved in this game. He was so close to making a few breaks, but he just didn't get them. And then when he got sin binned at the end, he ended up being my lowest score and dropping out for me in the end. So
break even.
Tough game for the Cowboys this week playing Melbourne. Even though it is at home, it's very tough matchup, that one.
Any early trades this week, Ross?
Just the one at the moment, which is Ponga to Reece Walsh for me.
Yeah, get rid of Ponga. I've already got the old Reece man, so I'm probably looking at maybe I've got Hopgood I've got to do something with, so either Hopgood to Big Steph, or I actually could go up to Jackson forward. I do have enough cash, but I'm just uncertain as to looking at the draws and things like that. I think there's a bit of money to be made there with Stefano Ukumanu. Any early trades for you there, Timmy?
Look, boys, I've got about 8 players in my squad that aren't going to play this weekend. So I don't know. I've got to crunch the numbers. I did some quick trades earlier, but yeah. I'd love to get Cleary in, and I've got the cash here. I've got $500,000 sitting there, so it's easy enough to do. But I just got to try and make sure that the rest of the trades. I am pretty keen on Jackson Ford. I do like that trade, and I can see a world where going like a Trey Mooney or Toby Couchman to him would work. But I think it'll be Ryan Couchman's probably going to have to go, despite the fact he's got a negative BE, and if he's going to be out for 6 weeks. But I'll be holding that one until we find out from judiciary exactly what's going to happen there. I don't think he's the kind of guy you can hold for 6 weeks, not at this time of the season. So he'll be going, which is the frustrating part is I'm probably going to be selling 2 guys that I just bought in.
All right, now here's a random question for you. What's the most anticipated game that you're looking forward to next week there, Ross?
Oh, do you know what? I'm going to probably honestly say the Raiders and the Sharks. I think Raiders at home on a Sunday afternoon, but I'm expecting a bounce back from the Sharks. I really am. The other games, I mean, Penrith-Para could go any way. I mean, I expect Penrith to be too good, but that's always a good battle, like those 2 Westie teams. But other than that, yeah, there's not really much else there. I'm expecting the Tigers to get flogged by the Warriors. So I'm not holding any hope on that game. But, yeah, probably that one for me. And then you've obviously got the Spoon Bowl on the 6:15 game on Sunday too, the old Titans against the Dargans. Both say one of these teams are finally going to win their first game.
I'm probably looking forward to probably the game that Timmy's going to tell you that he's most looking forward to, but Broncos versus the Dolphins, I think, should be a cracking affair.
Battle of Brisbane.
Yeah, the Battle of Brisbane. That's main game, Friday night football under lights. Time for Reece Walsh to shine.
Absolutely. And it better be a cracker because I'll be giving up my own football game on Friday night, which my team's not really impressed with me about, but it is what it is. I think there's actually 4 out of our squad that are going to the Broncos game. So, yeah, it is what it is. You can't help timetabling. But, no, it's going to be an absolute belter of a game. There is absolutely some animosity between these 2 teams already. And, yeah, it should be a cracker. I'm looking forward to it.
So you're going to the game there, obviously, Timmy?
Yeah, mate, I absolutely will be there with the family. And, yeah, it's going to be a cracker. Looking forward to it.
Brilliant. Yeah, no, that's certainly the game that I'm most looking forward to. And I will have the vice captaincy riding on Reese Baby.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll then try to maybe Nico to be captain. I don't know. I'll find out.
Yeah. VC Reece Walsh into Captain Cleary for me. But we'll talk about that a bit more tomorrow when we do the TLT pod.
Yeah, I think it'll be Reece Walsh into Fire Longo. I think he will absolutely tear the North Queensland Cowboys a new backside.
Good shout.
Sorry?
It's a good shout, that.
He will. They do not defend well to fullbacks, and he will just tear them a new backside.
Yeah.
It'll be him or Harry Grant.
Not a bad one. Not a bad shout out there. All right, folks, that's it for the night. Thank you very much for tuning in, those that did. It's an awkward time of year, this, with all daylight savings, these bloody Sunday night games.
Get rid of it. Or bring it in Queensland, one or the other.
Get with the times, Timmy.
I know. That's what I struggle with, getting with the times. It's a pain in the ass.
You know that.
The overall league is still open, 781-518, 781-518. Get into it. There's still people joining up. Not much longer to go, though, on that one.
Just quickly, just on our overall leaders, quick shout out to them. We've got Brett, the coach of Hugfly Mets, who is 42nd overall. We've got Karen, coach of Special Ks, at 45th overall, and Nathan, coach of Balmain Tigers, 369th. So well done to those guys, especially the top 2 that are sitting in the top 50 there. So well done, and especially the Karen. She's in one of my leagues, and cracking start to the season for you, Karen.
Good stuff there. That's great stuff. Anything for you?
Yeah. The current leader of our Broncos fans only, or Broncos only fans, call it whatever the hell you want to. It's Kyle, Kyall. Their team is the Hot Shots. Not only are they leading that, but they're coming 643rd overall. So, shout out. Well done. Kicking off really, really well at the moment.
That league is still open. Have you got that league code, Tim?
Yes, I do. 790010. 790010.
Get
And when
into
does
it.
that close? Is that have we got a closing on that one? Or not?
I don't know. I think we've got
Same
80.
time that we close the other one.
Yeah, I think we've
Well,
got 80
the
runners in it at the moment.
The overall league codes closes round 5 for us. I don't know about the other one, but yeah, the main one is round 5.
Yep. Sounds
Yeah.
good.
So we'll close off both of them at the same time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. We'll make sure that happens. Thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. I know there's a few people floating in and out tonight of the chat. Thank you very much for coming in and watching. Me and Ross will be back tomorrow. I'm not sure if Timmy's going to make it home from work in time, but we'll try to smash out a Team List Tuesday pod at some time. Till then, you have a great evening and race straight your ass off. Get into it.
Stay safe. Be good.